Order your curry from here, though.
A bit tight in there. You can see my nice and neat and tidy van. Set standards. See if all the other guys' vans are nice and tidy like that. Good morning. How are we? Another day in sunny Kings Langley. So I'm Matt. I'm one of the surveyors, one of the pre-installation surveyors for the Home Shutter Company. And yeah, here we are. I'm Matt and I am a pre-installation surveyor at the Home Shutter Company. My day-to-day job is going around to customers' houses after they've booked in a home measuring appointment with us, going around and showcasing our product and taking measurements of the windows that they want shutters for. No, I am one of the newest members, possibly the newest member of the Home Shutter Company. So yeah, I've been here for a few months now, but yeah, absolutely loving it. Yeah, it's been the best decision of my my working career, shall we say. So I've had a couple of things beforehand. Directly before here, I was an assistant manager of a local restaurant, and that's ultimately where I kind of met Jason. I've known him for a few years. I did have my own spot on the high street a few years back, one of the sandwich shops on the high street. So I've always dealt with customers. It sounds a bit cliche, but like every member of the team here is like top drawer. Like everyone's really nice, everyone's really friendly, really helpful. Like I always say, like even to the point where when I was doing the onboarding, when I was out with the fitment staff, like the guys don't just finish their job and go home. They'll finish their job and then they'll ring around everybody else to see if anyone needs a hand, so that everybody gets to go home, rather than just one guy being at work late because he's got loads to do and everyone else has just gone home. And that's the kind of ethos of the company, and it's yeah, everyone's brilliant. I think one of the most common questions we get, that customers who maybe are keen on shutters but haven't done too much looking into them, is more the design of the shutters and how they're going to fit and how they're going to work. People look at a window and think, oh yeah, I'd love to have shutters there, but they don't necessarily think about how it's going to work out and how it's going to look. So I'd say that's probably the most common thing we do, is go in and just sort of showcasing exactly what the shutters will look like and how they'll go for the customer. This is our brand shiny new sample box that we at the surveyors get to carry around with us to every home measuring appointment. So nicely branded with the Home Shutter Company. And then inside we have the different sizes. So this one here is in our anthracite colour, and this is our 76mm size slat with a centre tilt rod. You can either have it with the tilt rod on the outside like this, or you can have it so it's built into the framework, which I will demonstrate over here. So this is the hidden tilt rod. As you can see, there's no tilt rod here. It's built inside the framework, and you just maneuver the slats or louvers by hand. This is our 63mm. This is our smallest size slat. So it's the step down from the last one. And then next we have our large, which is the 89mm. And as you can see, it's much larger than the other ones. More suitable if you're looking to get most light into your property, rather than say the smaller ones, which might give you a little bit more privacy. But all three of these samples are from our Paulonia wood. And then the last sample we have in here, our last new sample, is from the other option we have, which is basswood. And this is a slightly more heavy duty timber to use. They're both fantastic products. They're both premium products, the Paulonia and the basswood. But it's just nice to be able to give customers an option of more than just one. As I say, the basswood's a bit more heavy than the Paulonia, but both still fantastic quality products. And yeah, it just gives us a chance to be able to showcase what we do to the customers. Yeah, by far and away, the Paulonia is the most popular that we do. The basswood, I guess it's classed as the more premium product, but I always find it difficult to say that, because the Paulonia is such a great product in itself, and it's not really a quality issue for us between the two. It's just an option, really. So there's different slat sizes. The slat sizes don't create a price difference. The size of a shutter literally comes from the size of your window. So whether you have the small, medium or large, whether you have white or anthracite, that doesn't create an issue with the pricing. They're all the same. The basswood is a more pricier product than the Paulonia. So then also included in our box for the home measuring appointment is the different hinges that you can have. Oh, excuse me, brand new box. It's a bit a bit tight in there. So you can have different style hinges. We can also colour match your hinges to your shutters if you're going to have like a fern green or something like that. But if you're going for like the brilliant white, we have the brilliant white hinges, the pure white hinges. We also have the pearl, which if you're going for sort of like an off-white or a cream, goes quite nicely. And then if you've got any other accents in the room where you might have sort of gold or black, like light fittings or anything like that, we've got the brass and the black and all the chromes and that just shows the customers that they can have more than just a plain standard hinge. And then also in here we have our colour swatches, so we can showcase to the customer all the different colours that they can have. These are the unique to the Home Shutter Company. Yep, these are all derived from sort of Faro and Ball colours and Little Green and people like that. They're all inspired by them, but these are solely for the Home Shutter Company. So it's quite nice to be able to showcase quite a few colours that they can have if they want something more than just sort of the traditional white. And then in here as well, we also have a range of frameworks. Obviously, different windows require different frameworks, different styles. So we have the sort of more common sort of L frame, and it just allows us to show the customer exactly what the framework will look on their windowsill and around the bay, and how far it might protrude and stuff like that. And then we're fortunate enough to have quite a few different style frames, whereas if it needs to sit on the outside of the window or something like that, if they've got quite a shallow bay and they haven't got anything, we've got Z frames and that, and it just allows us to show them how it would look sat on the wall, and how it might create a sort of architrave kind of look almost to the window. So yeah, it's great to have all these options to be able to physically show the customer what it is we can do for them, rather than just telling them about it. So this is something that we've developed now as well, which is a new line of colours that you can have, where it's like a wood grain effect, but without the wood grain. So it's what we call an open stain. So you can have that in any colour. So we've got it here in the white, where I don't know if you can see it's got the sort of timber. You can kind of see it's got the timber effect in it without being like a wood grain effect. So it kind of gives that wood effect without being actual wood grain, and you can have that in an array of colours. So we do have actual wood grain shutters as well, so you can have just the plain shutters with the plain colours, or you can have the actual wood grain effect, or this is the new style, like I say, without having to have the wood grain, you can have your colours, and it's just, like I say, it's called open stain, and it looks more like wood grain without having the knots and the notches that you would get out of the timber. It's just a more clean cut timber looking design. So the reason we've got the new sample box and the new products is because we're always, as a business, looking to evolve, always looking to move forward. We don't want to sort of stand still and just be comfortable with how we're doing. We want to, push the boundaries and be able to offer the customers everything they could possibly, you want. It's not easy to do, but we'll do it slowly but surely and make sure we're not missing anything out. So yeah, we've had our sample boxes and our samples in different colours for a little while now, and yeah, we listen to what customers want. Different customers want different things, as naturally. So yeah, we try to take on board what they want and try and implement it as best as we can. So yeah, hence the new sample boxes and all the new colours and stuff. So the difference between the old box and the new box predominantly is it's a larger box, so that allows us to carry more samples with us when we go to our home measuring appointments, which is great because then obviously we've already got everything we could possibly need on board with us, and yeah, it just allows us to take in more samples than we had before, rather than sort of maybe going back and forwards to the van. Just looks a bit more professional, which is obviously the look we want to go for. And obviously with the branded boxes, and they're very smart looking and that, it's a nice look. It's good to turn up to the customer's house with it looking like that. So yes, excited to get out there with all the new samples. It's going to be fun getting all this stuff in and out of here for the first few times. It is well packaged. Well, at least you know everything's safe while it's in there. So the plan of action today is to go to my next home measuring appointment, which is in North London somewhere. And yeah, I like a bit of North London. Being an Arsenal fan, I'm all right being around North London. So yeah, off to North London today for the next appointment, and That'll kickstart my day. There we go, got the box, got the new samples, and I think we're ready to start the day. Thank you very much. See you later. You can see my nice and neat and tidy van. Set standards. See if all the other guys' vans are nice and tidy like that. See you later.
Good morning, yes, we just arrived. As you can see here, it's a busy high street. It's a 2-bed semi. They've got some temporary solutions by the look of it. Not looking too good, but let's go in and have a look. Right, chaps. Right, so as you can see, it's a 2-bed semi. We've got 2 box bays, one above and one below. Privacy is key, obviously, because it's on a high street. They've got temporary solutions up here, which are obviously not very functional. Bit of a child hazard as well there. So it's definitely an improvement getting some shutters on there. Look up here as well. So a lot of people are doing, front of house just for privacy reasons. So obviously downstairs, people walking past looking into front rooms, living rooms, when you're trying to relax is not great. So having that privacy solution is key. Up here as well for getting ready and what have you, speaks for itself. So yeah, a lot of people are doing front of house, lots of 2-bed semis. Again, box bay, front of house again, so privacy's the main key here. Obviously getting ready up here, you need that privacy. So same solution as downstairs as well, rather than people walking past on a high street, looking into your living space and invading your privacy. The shutters do the job. Here, this is a temporary solution, I believe. Obviously we've just got here, but this is the sort of thing, is not working, is it? Let's face it. So, hence, they found the home shutter company. These shutters, this one's actually not a full box bay, it's a straight, because these have been blanked out. So no lights coming in through there anyway, or privacy's there already. And our frames all match the existing windows, so it's it's all balanced from the outside, exterior and interior. That is what have we got there, mathematic wise? We've got a 70-30 split at the bottom, and then top will probably remain open apart from at night time. And there you go, privacy. Get ready, no one can see you. Job done. Order your curry from here then. So I've just installed the middle blackout. So it's done in 3 sections. Still got a final screw, the doors and what have you, but I'm happy with them. And the blackout blind is in place. And tension just nice and easy. If you put it too tight, then just gets awkward. Like even we've had complaints, think that if they're too tight, then children can't use them. So it's kind of get it in a happy medium, and it's not a problem. And that was a blackout blind. Okay, so this install's complete. We're complete downstairs. This in itself is sort of the most popular item we do, which is pure white hinges. So this is its basic form, if you like, with the blackout blinds, and works really well. Client's happy. It's giving them the privacy they need, and keeps them nice and dark at night, which is good. Right, that's that. On to the next one.